to Filling Reading the News, episode number 159 in the chat. There's TC.
Hello.
Hello, TC.
Right. Get an article pulled up today if you can actually get to it. Right. Yeah, for fuck's sake. Stupid fucking thing. What's happened to it? Fugitive goat is still on the run 2 days after police started trying to track him down.
Bah.
A fugitive goat has spent days on the run from animal enforcement officers. The exclusive goat, dubbed Willie, eluded capture in Fairbanks, Alaska, despite animal officials' call for public assistance on social media. On Monday, the Fairbanks North Star Runner Animal Control posted a picture of the goat's backside with the message, "Help if you're the owner of this very fast goat. Please call this dispatch. The goat is evading law enforcement and we could do with your help." Yeah, there's a goat on the run.
Man, somebody got his goat, huh?
Yeah, the goat was reportedly used to being in a herd and is not a pet. Animal control operations manager Sandy Hill told the Sun Herald. Hill said he's very savvy. That's why the public can also help us. We definitely encourage folks who have ideas to let us know. Our main concern is the public safety and making sure he stays off the roadways. Scotty needs a slipper to sit on his lap. A big fat one. No, just a normal one, Funky Cryptic. Oh, to be honest, usually with strippers though, you can look but you can't touch them. I don't see the point. I'd rather just have like a woman who actually I could fuck and I could touch and stuff. Sit on my lap. Also, Hero Cryptic.
Hello, Cryptic.
Hello.
People rooting for goat. My hands don't count. Hello, Red Feather. There's people rooting for the goat and people who have ideas for capture. Help. That's it. The goat may help. We shall see. Goats tend to like being in a herd. So we may be able to try that. So we're going to keep trying until we capture them. Tell you what they'll do. They'll probably just get a female goat or something and then.
I wish I knew absolutely anything about goats.
Um,
No, I'm just saying it's the old joke of like cat and a male. Like is that find a female version of it. Hopefully they'll get excited and then yeah. Trump made you guys fat too. That jerk off. Yeah, we'll get to that later on. Reported sightings of Willie were posted to Facebook, including one that included two pictures of a goat and a message that read, "Someone is missing a goat in the Wilcox area." Hill said animal control officers hope to gently herd the goat into a natural area with natural barriers like high fences. Post on Fairbanks North Star Animal Control Facebook page. Shared with more than 500 and Hill added, "Folks are pretty good about letting us know where he is and we're going to try a few other texts up our sleeve. Speculation is that Willie was captured Wednesday morning, but claims have not been substantiated. Baby goats and sweaters are super cute. Yeah, they're not meant to wear jumpers though, are they? They're meant to.
I don't know.
I think this is the case of Darwinism, but others may disagree. The next story. Yeah, warning sign inadequate when women die leaning out of train.
Darwinism.
Beth and Roper died in 2018 on a train near Bath after another friend had already poked her head out the window. A warning sign has been ruled inadequate after the woman who leaned out of a train window died when she was struck with a tree branch. And how a functional been around here for a while.
Don't they say keep your arms, hands, and other appendages in the cart at all times? Yeah, dumbass.
On a roller coaster, they do, yeah.
The trains kind of said that too, though. At least the trolley I was on.
No, they did. Trains over here where they have like the slide down windows where you can look out, where you can like push them down. You usually have like a sign saying don't have
The hell
reason
would she
fine.
hope? So she got hit by a branch. The hell was she hoping for a promotion to branch manager or something? I mean,
But
Yeah, she got a heads up. Yep. Then, because I mean, there's usually a sign saying like don't open this window or lean out. Do not lean out the window until the train has come to a complete stop.
the problem is, does that really stop stupid? And do we really want the stupidity to be stopped? Let the stupid die.
Yeah. Unless, of course, the genuine like medical reason, in which case that should be on like parents or guardians or carers or whatever to make sure that doesn't happen.
When did he get a Jacob's ladder?
Ooh, who's got a Jacob's ladder? Give it to me.
Mandy, you missed it.
That one.
Mandy, you missed a goat being on the run. That's what you missed.
Oh,
She got height reduction.
you know how that works, right?
Oh, so the fucking sign didn't say, "Hey, moron, keep your body inside the train while it's moving."
Wait. I really want to hear about this Jacob's ladder. Who's got it and can I have it?
No, you can't.
Do you know what a Jacob's ladder is?
Also, seeing as Mandy's here, actually, we can show green front of his green hair.
Oh, 1 second. I'll tap. Let me turn my camera on. There,
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah. Hello, English Dolphin. Yeah, it doesn't actually look that bad, though. I think if
Take
you got
my
the beard,
eye
it would
away
look
from the
better.
2-year-old for 1 second and see what happens.
I think if
Yeah,
you got the beard, it would look better.
take your toy.
Wait, you mean the full beard?
Now, if you got like the beard dyed as well.
Yeah, I don't want bleach on my face.
Yeah.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, English Dolphin. It seems Mandy likes your green hair. Beth and Roper died. 28 died on the Great Western Railway train near Swearton, Bath, on the 1st of December last year. She was laying out the window when her head got struck by a tree branch as the train travelled about 75 miles an hour. It's definitely Darwinism.
Out on the roadside, thump, thump, thump.
As with many British trains, the door was fitted with a window which passengers could push down and use the handle on the outside when they leave the train. Maybe the time wasn't in pigeon.
I think she got to her final destination ahead of schedule.
Yeah, like literally.
Well, she had a good head on her shoulders. Okay, we're going out on a limb here.
Green, did you bleach your hair? It looks awesome.
Yeah, you gotta bleach it and then dye it.
Now the question for Mandy is, do the carpets match to the drapes?
Yeah, I'm not too excited about having bleach on my hair or on my face or my genitals. I don't think I'll be going for that one.
Yeah, actually, have you ever sprayed deodorant down there?
No, I just clean it regularly.
No, I've sprayed deodorant down there once. Never again.
Wow. Wait till you get a good old case of jock itch. Ooh, that
I-
stuff is interesting.
I'm not athletic enough for that.
You'd be
Or
surprised.
indeed never use. Also, never use ice. Also, never use like ice body wash. I don't know why. I just thought it was a good idea at the time. Evidently, it wasn't a good idea.
The minty thing?
No, the plain deodorant down my balls.
Ah,
Hey, why do you want your hair to look moldy? Hey, fella, that's just harsh.
I normally do a deeper green, but this is the green that I got this year. I like a nice forest green.
why don't you just use that spray paint stuff?
I have that, but it doesn't last that long, and it's a pain. You actually have to take a bath that night, or else your pillow turns whatever color you sprayed your hair with.
You know, in the same sense, you can buy Kool-Aid for the same effect, right?
And
I
according
should
to
try
Cryptic, and according to Cryptic, you look like a Thundercat.
Meow.
Thundercat.
Ho!
Yeah, man, I'll save that for later. It's a fresh minty colour. Yeah, as with many British things, a rail accident investigator branch report has found the warning of a sign above the job. Like window met the industry guidance, but did not adequately convey the level of risk. The sign said, "Do not lean out the window when the train is moving." Well, does it have to portray this? Does it have to portray the risk?
Does
People that
it? Yeah, I was
stupid-
gonna say, does it have to say exactly what's going to happen?
Are people that fucking stupid these days that they have to be told?
Yeah, they are. Apparently, just having a sign that says, "Hey, don't do this," isn't good enough because people then do it and then die. Hey, you see this wood chipper? I'd suggest not putting your foot in it. Then all of a sudden, they become mulch.
See, it's kind of like I do kind of understand that in a way because it's like you know when you see like wet paint signs. Does anyone else feel compelled just to touch the paint to see if it actually is wet?
No, because I'm not a jackass. Well, I am, but not that big of a jackass.
I am because I want to. I have like this weird thing when I want to know if the sign's lying to me or not.
Good point, especially considering half the time the workers are lying, or the sign is lying because the workers are too lazy to go get the sign off later.
Yeah, so I want to see if the paint is actually wet.
That's like close to the house I live. There's a sign saying, warning construction zone. The construction zone, the sign on that road has not actually been a construction zone since the 70s. But the sign's still there.
I've actually legit seen roads that have construction like every year. So instead of having like the temporary sign, they put it up permanently.
Yeah, that was the problem.
But then again, they actually do the work.
It's just a link for Baldy Drink green Kool-Aid lasts longer than next to cherry Kool-Aid, next to cherry red. Remember that movie, The Happening? The tree was planning it all along. Yeah, I'm compelled to do most things I'm not supposed to. This story was directed by M. Night Shyamalan. Yeah. The sign said, "Caution, do not lean out the window when the train is moving." What else should it have said then? Should it have just said, "In case you die or something. In case you die or lose an arm or something." Like,
it's like, hey, you will die if you lean out the window while we're moving, so don't do that.
Investigators claim the word "caution" should suggest leaning out the window can be done safely if taken with care. If it was taken with care. What? These people just think we're fucking retarded or something. Like,
they don't know what English means. It's because this, well, I don't know about over there, but the school system over here has begun to suck.
Oh, school system in The skill system over here sucked for years. And it's the one in
This,
Scotland. The one in Scotland used to be the best one in the world. Now it sucks. Shame, really.
there was this whole thing, No Child Left Behind, and sadly, it actually left children behind because they get forced up a grade and then they don't know what they need to know. So,
Well, the whole no child left behind policy actually dropped the standards down way low, so the really stupid kids could still pass.
I actually managed to pass most of my grades without it.
I didn't do
Like,
very
barely.
well.
I mean,
See,
I
but-
got like C's, but
But there's a thing
even-
before that no child left behind policy got in there, you probably would have failed every class if you were getting all C's.
okay, I did not know that.
Over here, you had a thing called the Curriculum for Excellence, which was a Scottish thing, which was supposed to like combine all subjects into like one thing. It didn't
How
work.
does that work?
It was supposed to have like aspects of other subjects within subjects. So it was like in PE, you start like doing like running and stuff, and it would relate to maths and things like that. Stupid.
Thunder, when it comes to the standards these days, when it comes to education, dude, it's pathetic. I've got my wife and I have separate banks. So to give my wife, while my wife's out of work, to give her money to take care of bills and do this and do that, do everything while she's at work or while I'm at work. Before I leave, I just write her a check to cover everything. Problem is, the last 3 times I've written a check to her, she's gone to cash the check. I've gotten calls from the bank saying, "Sir, did you actually write this check to your wife?" "Yes." "Can we ask what the amount was?" I tell them what the amount was. They say, "Oh, okay. Well, unfortunately, nobody at the branch could read it.
What? They
Why?
work at a fucking bank.
It's
Really?
cursive."
How can you not read cursive? I admit I have a little bit of difficulty for it, but I can do it.
Because the girl behind the counter is a millennial.
Yeah,
No,
this is why
I had to learn. I had to learn that in school.
this is why I refuse to be called a millennial. I am not. Thank you.
Yeah, I had to learn that in school, but I never use it
Okay.
because I remember learning it when I was like 7 or 8. I remember learning it, but I never actually used it.
I know enough how to write it to sign my name properly, but I can at least read it.
See, my handwriting's awful. It should just have a hazard warning with a picture of a sick man being decapitated. Apparently, the sign needs to go. I excruciatingly in excruciatingly detail of all the things that could happen when you lean out of fast-moving vessels. Yep. I could play. They could play a very fast graphics safety video. Yeah, like one of those like terrible ones with the bad acting that are usually hilarious. They show them like factories and stuff. Of like some man getting all his fingers cut off. Which actually was my grandfather at one point. Not in the video, but he got his fingers not in the video, but he got his fingers cut off.
I've had to sit through one of those because I took welding, and before you touched anything, you had to watch a safety video.
I see when I did car mechanics, I never had to do that. I just had to like wear glasses and just
Yeah, safety glasses is kind of a must. I need to find a pair for when I'm actually using the grinder. But most of the time I just go, what's the worst that can happen?
No child left behind just means make the stupid kids smart and pass the stupid kids. Make the smart kids stupid and pass the stupid ones. Maybe they have CCTV of the accident. The safety vid. Scotty could be blindfolded and have to walk through. Scotty should be blindfolded and have to walk through a minefield. Yeah.
Fun fact, they have rats that go through minefields.
They fix some lures that show blade fingers being cut off with the blade. No money and not a dirty millennial. Actually, I think I'm like, if I was like a year or two younger, I wouldn't be a millennial, which is sadly enough.
Yeah, technically I'm a millennial, but I refuse that particular label.
What do you call yourself then?
I don't.
You just a person.
Yeah. Just
I definitely like being a Generation Xer. We used to strap shit. We used to strap shit to ourselves and jump off bridges and shit. Why? Because it was fun.
I know jumping off a roof and when you land right is fun, but every once in a while I twist my ankle and it sucked.
My friend Jeremy almost lost his legs when we were on vacation in England because the idiot had his legs standing over the side of the platform. He also said it was very much smaller than the other signs around it, and its background color was yellow, and red would have been more appropriate when conveying danger. No, fuck off. Like, just fuck off.
Common sense says you shouldn't stick your hands out of a moving vehicle or any body part out of a moving vehicle.
Yeah, but people common sense is not common.
That's for damn sure.
He would have deserved it. And Cryptic says he's Gen me, fuck millennials. I'm always fuzzy on what years to play millennials. I think I'm technically one, but I'm not an idiot. So I think
right now millennials are between 23 and like 32 or 34 or something.
Thank you for that. I just stuck in there. I didn't need to be reminded if I was a little younger, but it wouldn't be one.
Yeah, but the thing is, look at that. Look at the bright side. It separates you from these 18, 19-year-old retards that are in college right now, whining because I called you he behind your back.
Like, it's not like Gen Z. It's just like Gen Z's about our laughs either. I mean, they're the ones that eat Tide Pods.
Yeah.
Finally, we need them.
Well, no. To be fair, Scotty, you're in the generation that was sticking, whole spoonfuls of cinnamon into your mouth at one time, and then sit and wonder why the hell your mouth hurts.
Yeah, and planking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Weren't there some people who died from planking?
There was 2 idiots that died from it. There's always one idiot that just ruins the whole thing. I used to stick my hand out the car window and have the wind. I had a tiny rock in my hand and it hurt like a bitch. I'm confused as to what generation I am. I'll give them 36. I'm sure I could have borderline. You just give me click into Gen X. I'm the passenger leaning out the window. Train and stay in August 2016. June, the Western Railways completed the 50% of its belt light windows. They plan to install enhanced warning signs of a red background by May 2018. This had not happened yet. The Mitch Trooper was killed 7 months later. Why don't we just let Darwinism be Darwinism? I told investigators it did not meet its schedule with 2 staff members involved in the task left to them put in the system. That's just boom. This work failed. All I hear is heavy breathing. That's not heavy breathing. I think that's crappy, Slayer.
Yeah, it's crappy.
Mandy's 34, so she's Generation Sad, apparently.
Actually, for Mandy, wouldn't that be that Zennial or Zennial thing with a Z?
No, because Zennial will be me technically.
Not me. I'm an Xer, dude.
No, it would be Zennial with an X. It would be Zennial with an X, actually.
I'm a straight X.
No, Mandy would be Zennial with an X.
Oh.
Cryptic, you're not 90 years old. We know you're not 90 years old.
My love, I think you're that Zennial, too. You're smart enough to not to stick laundry detergent in your mouth. How's that?
That is very true. Or a spoonful of cinnamon.
Well, I've done the spoonful of cinnamon thing, but I actually thought it was quite pleasant.
See, you criticized. You blamed my generation for it, but it was actually you doing it. Because I never done it.
Well, no, I actually did I did the cinnamon thing a while back, but there's the thing. I've been taking cinnamon for years because cinnamon is good for my blood sugar. When I ran out of my capsules, I just take a spoonful.
Ah.
I do it for health reasons, and I actually find it kind of pleasant because, well, I'm used to the feeling.
How the fuck would you know?
Hmm.
Well, Cryptic, I would know because well, you showed your face yesterday, so off air accidentally. Yeah. And Cryptic, you're not 99. That's of course that picture is really, really old. Mandy was born in 85, so she refuses to be generalized. Okay. General investigators did not meet its schedule. Was two staff members involved. And the task left the company without tracks. System which tracks work failed. After Mr. Roper's death, the signs were updated. The RAAB also told Network Rail, which is responsible for managing line-side vegetation, had not also carried out a tree inspection of the area since 2009. And this is possibly causal to the accident. Mr. Roper was on the London Paddington to exit the service, and she returned to Penarth, South Wales for Christmas shopping with her friends. Oh, she's Welsh. Well, then I definitely feel sorry for her now. Fucking a stupid Welsh cunt. She was pronounced dead at Bristol Temple Meads a few minutes later. Mr. Roper worked for the Refugee Council charity and was chairman of the Young Socialist Cardiff. So a Welsh socialist was stupid and you know what? I'm not surprised. Not surprised. Not even shocked.
You know, I just thought
what?
There's someone that really freaking hated her that can go, hey, that girl that is a piece of shit, she's the reason why warning signs are there.
Yeah, blame the Welsh. Cryptic is really that human Ken doll guy. Cryptic doesn't want to be a saggy bottom boy, even though yesterday he was telling me to stick my cock up his arse. Don't feed the squirrel. He's hunting for his own nuts. He's hunting for nuts on his own. Her father, Adrian Roper, said after the death, his daughter enjoyed life to the full whilst working tirelessly for a better world. Yeah, but his supporting an economic system has failed every time it's been tried. Better world. It's not exactly fighting for a better world, is it? Yes, I know I'm an arsehole. I never said I wasn't. Anyway, moving on. There's some good news for those that like to wank in the UK. We have some good news for once. Porn laws pulled as government backs down on age verification. Yeah.
No more porn pass. Nice.
I can watch porn to my heart's content now. What's my right arms contain and cocks contain, I guess. The government has
Actually-
dropped. There you go.
Good. Let me find an article I found earlier to send to you real quick.
The government has dropped controversial plans to make porn websites impose strict verification rules. Under the Digital Economy Act 2017, people would have had to do far more than just tick a box and type the date of birth to prove they were over 18. The government said there would be rigorous checks, such as from passports or credit cards, of people would even have to buy a card over the counter in a shop. Where age verification is face to face. Where's Bellage? You have to mention Brexit. I was in a good mood until you mentioned Brexit. Honestly,
All I
I
know
don't.
is Scotty just talked about porn and masturbation in the same sentence is rigorous.
Really, man, how much porn do you need, Jesus?
How much is there?
All of it. I need all of it. Must have all the porns.
Yeah.
Well, there is some porn that is disgusting. It's also illegal, and I do not look for period point blank.
So you must have heard about that big arrest today, huh?
Actually, no, I didn't. Who got arrested?
Apparently several thousand people got arrested in a big bust of some dark web porn child
Oh, yeah,
porn
I've seen
site.
that, yeah.
Oh, I definitely stay clear of the dark web.
And I felt I don't know if Brexit's happening or not.
Most of the dark websites I've ever seen, it was like the same goddamn thing back when when you were using web crawler or Yahoo or something like that. Everybody who had their own website, it was more about, hey, look at me, I've got my own website. Everything I've ever seen on the dark web is the same goddamn thing. It's some asshole going, hey, look at me, I figured out how to make a website on dark web. What do you fucking do?
And yes,
Ooh, does
DC,
that-
I agree, you can never have enough porn. DC
Does
says
that
you can
mean-
never have enough porn.
So if everyone's making their own website on the dark web, do you think like that whole web boom where you could, if you got the right address, people would pay you millions for it will happen? Or do you think the
doubt it.
dark web's not going? Well, yeah, the dark web being the dark web, I'm pretty sure no one wants to be known as their website is on the dark web.
Thing is, people think the dark web is very hard to find. It's not. You just need to download a browser and they're pretty much there.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's
Wasn't even a browser, it's Tor.
Yeah, but there's a Tor browser you can download. That's how you get onto it.
Yeah.
Really, nobody else finds porn very depressing. I'm surprised you find porn depressing.
you have not found the right porn for you then.
Mandy, and also Mandy wants to know what. But at the same time, Mandy also wants to know what Green Thunder's favorite porn dish is.
I like the porn that has a story, sort of. That's why I read it. The comic porn.
Dark web is pretty dull when you actually go there. Scary stories are just that. Yeah, I went on there. It's pretty boring. The coolest thing I found was a place you could hire a hitman or something like that. That was the coolest thing I found was that.
I never did that with my dog. I don't think he ever needed it.
I'm not a fan of porn. It's very unrealistic, kind of like the corny Christmas movie. Anyway, the long.
Listen, sometimes you just need to live in a fantasy because real life sucks.
Yep, but that's also why they're drug addicts.
I can't afford drugs.
Anyway, the long-delayed tighter controls were due to come into force on July the 15th, but were pushed back after the government failed to notify the European Commission about certain aspects of the crackdown. Great, so you telling me that I have to actually praise the EU for something? For fuck's sake. The websites have failed to put adequate checking tools in place, risk being blocked by UK internet service providers or having their access to payment services withdrawn. Digital Secretary Nicky Morgan said the government would focus on its wider online harness plan instead. Pretty much guarantee they would just took your Bitcoin, not giving you a hit. Man, they just go probably. It said there was a hitman. You could get them killed. You could rape the man, kill them, or you could just rape them. It was like, you know, pretty bizarre thing to advertise, really.
Mm,
And the government has concluded that this objective of coherence will be the best achieved for our wider online harness proposals, and and as a consequence, we will not be commencing with Part 3 of Digital Economy Act 2017 concerning age verification for online pornography, she said. Yeah, it's all very classy.
The only good porn is porn that I'm participating in.
So basically, your wife.
I didn't say who.
Hope she's not listening.
Nah.
I only participate with myself, so that's also not out there. I'm too lazy to film it.
Mary and her 4 daughters.
Well, we donate to streamlabs.com. What was that? Green Fund. The mighty you can get Green Fund over to Montana to meet Mandy and get his whole. Once he finally gets his card working. Yeah, Crappy's wife is a porn star night. Okay. Yeah.
Tom,
oh, by the way, Crappy. Side note, is that thing that happened yesterday taken care of?
I'm trying to think of what thing.
The thing that happened yesterday morning.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the digital economy objective.
$560 worth.
Well, I was
Okay.
trying to be quiet about that. So
I don't care.
my last time interrupting me, then you can go to the story.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Tom wants to know if Crappy has VR.
No, he's a boomer.
Crappy doesn't even know what the hell. Nothing.
I don't
Yeah,
know
that
what a
was
lot
my
of
thought.
shit is y'all talked about.
All right. So what's the news?
Finally, the digital economy objectives will therefore be delivered through our proposed online harmless regulatory regime. It's basically going to try and do the same law that Dip worded differently, more than likely. It's pretty much just delayed again for now. Course of action will give regular discretion on the most effective means for companies to meet their duty of care. As currently drafted, the Digital Economy Act does not cover social media platforms. Nor should you have acts on the internet anyway. It'll be the parents' job to protect their kids online, not yours.
Well, the government wants to be the parents.
The British Board of Film Classification, which was going to act as a regulator for age verification measures, said it had systems already in place to undertake its role. A spokesman said the introduction of age verification on pornographic websites in the UK is necessary and an important child protection measure. It's not your job to protect people's kids. Well, the only time you should protect people's kids is when it comes to like actual physical harm. If you're a danger to unless you're a danger to the child, no. That's the only time that's acceptable. The DBMC was designed as an age verification under the Digital Economy Act 2017. In February 2018, and has since worked on the implementation age verification, developing a robust standard of age verification designed to stop children from stumbling across or accessing porn online. The VVFC had all systems in place to undertake the role of AV regulator to ensure that commercial pornographic websites assembled from the UK would have all gates in place for swift enforceable action. VVFC understands the government's decision announced today to implement age verification as part of a broader online harm strategy. No, I don't think Mandy is a lizard. A lot lizard. What's a lot lizard? Is it different from any other lizard?
Truck stop prostitute.
Ah,
Look at a new profession, Mandy.
we can bring our expertise and work closely with government to ensure that child protection goals and the DEA are achieved. Well, it's not. I want to watch my porn. If parents, if you don't want your kids watching porn, just use the web filters and things like that. They exist for a reason, you know. Ed will visit you after you turn 65. Oh, who's Ed? Yeah, time for a Florida man story. Florida man calls police to report stolen marijuana.
Stolen what?
Stolen marijuana.
All right.
Oh, this is funnier than what you think it is.
Well, I mean, that it can't be much funnier than a lot of these people are calling up asking them to test their heroin for purity.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
Ed's erectile dysfunction. Ed is nobody's friend. No, it's not. The Pasco County Sheriff's Office told the man, stop calling. He claimed his roommate had stolen his marijuana. Recreational marijuana use is against the law in Florida, and no charges were filed. Thing is, I've actually heard of people being like actually charged for stealing someone else's drugs simply because they went into a house and took something. So it was still considered as burglary.
Either breaking and entering or just unlawful entry, depending on how they got in.
No, they were still charged as burglary because they'd actually taken something from the house, even if it was drugs. But that's only over here. I'm not entirely sure about America. So, yeah. Good morning. I'm Steve Inskeep with a public service announcement. If you're going to call 911 to report a stolen item, make sure the item you're reporting is legal. Pasco County Sheriff's Office in Florida had tell someone to stop calling the man. Stop calling. The man claimed his roommate had stolen his weed. Now, in some places that might be legal, but recreational marijuana use is against the law in Florida. Officers did not file any charges. They just wanted the man to please stop calling. Yeah, of course, it's Pasco County. Well, Red Feather, are you in as well?
I'll be out of truck for a few minutes.
I know it. So remember to like, share, and subscribe. That's the thing, so yeah, if you're gonna call if you're gonna call weed, if you're gonna call the police, make sure it's not for your stolen drugs. Why do you make it sound like most women have dated? And he called 911. It's an extreme emergency. You bring London to a standstill and come here like an idiot. Piers Morgan, boss animal rebellion activist, for dressing as broccoli and refusing to explain why EcoMob has shut down Capital. Alright, so that gives me another question, actually. See how Extinction Rebellion have been banned from London? Would that then mean that Animal Rebellion are still allowed in? No? No one? Hello?
Don't know.
Well, I assume so, because it's a different name, even though we all know it's the same people, more or less.
Same thing.
Different names, say same shitty smell, or is it one of those Rose by internet name is still a piece of shit?
Must be your boyfriend's.
Probably. Yeah, it's free, Mr. Broccoli.
Like you got a 3-pack of something.
Yeah, I'm not in Pasco County, but I have been to several places. Unfortunately, it's White Chance Central, of course.
It's interesting.
Not everyone. No, hashtag not all. See, that's what's going to happen next, and I just getting it like all Extinction Rebellion is just going to go on the Animal Rebellion now, aren't they? When they're in London. That's part of the flaw of the system. Anyway, back to the thing. Piers Morgan berated a vegan protester who identifies as Mr. Broccoli today after he refused to explain why a plant-based diet would save the planet in a bizarre TV exchange. And the man whose name is believed to be Roland is a member of Animal Rebellion, a vegan offshoot of Extinction Rebellion movement that has brought chaos to London and cities around the world with their uprising this month. They did the same thing in spring as well. Yeah, roses really smell like poo. They're random. And yes, you can make me sing by donating money to me. Yeah, apparently on Good Morning.
Yeah, that. I guess the actual quote is a rose by any other name would still smell as sweet, but since we're talking about a group that are a bunch of turds, I modified it a little.
You should see what the guy looks like. I mean, I only picked it because it's just purely because the guy looks like him. Apparently on
See,
Good
I
Morning
thought, I thought you were going for the Outcast joke.
Yeah, Mr. Broccoli wasn't even part of the protest. He was just tripping balls and found a cool costume. Yeah, apparently on Good Morning Britain, Jesse the Vegetable, he refused to elaborate on why viewers up and down the country should give up meat. And simply said instead, I'm just a humble broccoli. I just grow. Thing is, if you're advocating for vegans instead of broccoli, you're going to get eaten, aren't you? Beats your purpose, really, doesn't it? He was molested by presenters Piers Morgan and Susanna Reid, who accused him of not taking climate change seriously. Piers Morgan told him, had you made a coherent and powerful science-based argument, you could have made a real impact. At one point in the exchange, he was interrupted by Mr. Broccoli. He was interrupted by Mr. Broccoli saying he had to take a phone call by pulling a banana out of his pocket and answering it like his phone. So I don't think this guy's serious. I think he's just a troll by the looks of it.
Yeah.
Was it Howie Mandel trying to leave Mr. Good Boy days? He was one of thousands arrested during London demonstrations this month, which included a sit in the capital's iconic Smithfield meat market where protesters stopped traders by camping out overnight and covering their stalls with fruit and veg. A video of him being apprehended by Free Met Police almost was a Monday as he carried a sign saying, I'm locally sourced, environmentally friendly, and shouted, give peas a chance. Has been shared millions of times online. Yeah, you can.
I'm just a humble broccoli but I want people to be able to feel like they can come and take part.
So yeah, that's why.
Do we have to explain to them why
Green, is this your long lost brother or something?
you believe a part in this?
Is that your long lost brother? Green. Green. Green Thunder.
No, sorry, I was napping. Actually, I'm
Napping.
looking something up.
Yeah.
I shit you not, there is a banana phone. Give me a second.
If you don't know the science, how can you do that?
Have you seen this guy?
Hang on, sorry. I
Hang on,
can't
Mr.
to Mr. Broccoli.
Well, I am just a broccoli.
Right, but Mr. Broccoli, you have a point to make, don't you, other than just
Yes,
dressing up
yes.
in a
My
costume?
point is that environmentally speaking, we're in incredibly hot water, and we do need to transition. You don't know why. You don't know the science.
I don't know, I can't take a man with broccoli head seriously, to be honest. I mean, I kind of like it in a way, but I can't take him seriously. I mean, it just looks ridiculous.
No, I don't fap on air.
No, he just shits himself on air. He was arrested in the Public Order Act and was released later without charge. But in a bizarre exchange on ITV's program this morning, he was repeatedly asked what his aims are and whether he identifies as a broccoli. Now, what if that's probably a new pronoun, isn't it? Broccoli. I mean, it is pronoun day after all.
I'm still identifying as a pangolin because they just look awesome.
Yeah, what's your pronouns then?
Oh, no. I go with I have no pronouns. You have to use my full name.
I don't know, is this like your long lost brother who's got like an afro? Can you see it?
Apparently.
So what's the banana phone then? Let's see.
Yep, there's a banana phone. It's an expensive banana phone, too.
What?
It's Bluetooth.
Banana phone.
Phone. Go for banana. Go for banana. Go for banana.
What the fuck?
You should really subscribe to VAT19. All their commercials are amazing.
This has to be fake, doesn't it?
Nope.
This has to be fake.
It is real.
But how is it a phone? How do you dial a number?
No,
not.
it's Bluetooth. So you use your phone to dial the number, and then that's just like the speaker piece, like a Bluetooth headset.
See, that's a waste of money. That's a complete waste of money, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it is. I'm not saying
Not
it's
even a phone.
I'm not saying it's not a complete waste of money. I'm just saying it exists.
And that's not even a phone.
And tomato, or potato, whatever.
Apparently,
Kind of.
apparently, Red Feather's pronouns are queen and bitch, and Mandy's pronouns are sweet bitch. And English Tom Leon's amateur nouns. I was thinking of getting this shirt from Blair White, which says, "Hello, my pronouns are that/bitch."
This statement with the first ever Bluetooth banana phone. Connect it to your smart device and let the conversation start. Buy the banana phone now at VAT19.com. You really should lock your doors.
I will not be buying that.
No, I won't buy it either. Have you seen their gummies though? Freaking, they have some gigantic freaking gummies.
You have to chain them so they become pro. Yeah. Mr. Broccolihead simply replied, I am Mr. Broccolihead. I'm just a humble broccoli. I've always been a piece of broccoli. quizzed him what he wanted the government to do and big businesses to do about climate change. He quipped, we are in extremely hot water. Environmentally speaking, it's going to go pear-shaped. He was slammed by Piers Morgan, who repeatedly referred to his peas, and was told he didn't know any facts. He didn't know the facts. Good morning, Britain, and Karen. Said, why should I listen to you? You brought London to standstill for 2 weeks. We give you a chance to come on national TV and present your case, and you sit there dressed like a broccoli. Susanna fumed, it's a serious point. You're not going to win anyone over dressed as a broccoli. To be honest, I'm surprised. He should just do like it. You know, like for elections and stuff, you usually get joke candidates. And that's what he should do. Just go as like, just run for mayor as Mr. Broccoli.
Have you seen what the U.S. election looks like right now? They're all jokes.
Yeah, in our last one, we had Lord Buckethead, we had Elmo, and we had some guy from the Monster Raving Looney Party, all standing next to the Prime Minister. It was hilarious.
I seen Sir Buckethead. It is awesome.
Lord Buckethead.
Oh, Lord Bucket, whatever. I forgot about these.
And he was cool. I wonder if he'll start taking prescriptions to make his cell walls rectangular. And Mr. Broccoli GMO free because he looks like he'd be delicious, blanching covered in cheese. I love that Piers Morgan has identified as a two-spirited penguin. What's that one? Is that a chocolate phone?
No, this is it's olives, I swear. But they're it's literally chocolate with the almonds. I'm now just finding random shit from the VAT19 website to post.
That's whether he practices what he preaches and has electronic gadgets that pollute the environment. The activists replied, I just grow up on broccoli, I don't have electricity. Yeah, but you do use water, though. Yeah. The picture of him posted on social media shows that he got a taxi on the ITV. He got a taxi to the ITV studios to take part in the show and not public transport. Hello, Jen. Yeah, it comes after Piers Morgan blasted Extinction Rebellion co-founder Sheena Rafford for getting chauffeured to the West London studios where she appeared in the show last week. And for advocating for a plant-based diet, the vegan activist was asked why it could save the planet and didn't give an answer. He said, I'm not a scientist on a plant-based food system. It's great for the environment. Before his fellow animal rebellion activist chimed in, my client is just a broccoli. It's very easy to cherry pick the science. It's easy to talk about the individual change. I mean, what I don't get, I think he's clearly a troll. And there's no way he's... I refuse to believe this guy's legit. I don't know what they're arresting him for. That seems a bit stupid. I don't think he should be arrested, though. That's stupid. I don't exactly want him to be arrested. Yeah, Piers Morgan kind of looks like Ted Cruz. Yeah, I'm usually not a fan of Piers Morgan, but I love to watch him argue with the loonies. Yeah, that's like the one thing he's actually spot on. When it comes to like gun control and stuff, he's completely wrong, but into that, yeah, is actually correct on. How they suggest he doesn't sound like a penguin. Piers Morgan continued to blast the pair, claiming they didn't understand why a plant-based diet would be good for the environment and why they're protesting in the first place. I could believe that though, because if you ever asked like socialist protest, have you ever seen videos of people asking like socialist protests and things like that? I think they have absolutely no idea what they're actually there for most of the time. In divided opinion, with some finding his costume hilarious and others incensed by it. Am I co-host still here, are they?
Yes. Why?
One of those complete silence on something.
I thought I would. Am I here?
You are.
Yes.
Okay. I was actually sitting there trying to say that's one thing about all these protests that are wild as hell. In the U.S., no matter whatever the protest is, there's always that one guy, that one dude who's stoned out of his gourd, sitting in the back of the corner, going, "Come on, legalize pot." A lot of states have legalized it already. Oh, we'll legalize it everywhere. Half the time, just about any protest, nobody knows what the hell they're there for.
Yeah, pretty much. I can have the time to just see a crowd. I think it's pretty natural if you see a crowd of people to follow that crowd. No people would anyway.
I try to stay away from crowds as much as possible, which is why I stay at home.
Yeah, if you're like a social person, if you see a crowd of people like walking towards one thing, you'd want to see what that is, wouldn't you?
No.
It's usually overrated.
Well, no, you wouldn't because you're antisocial, but yeah, we haven't heard of Pete from the Coast other than Green. Can't remember his
Pete?
name, but that guy with a mic on a spoon highlights that brilliantly. Yeah. In my opinion, with some finding his costume hilarious, and others incensed by it. Lord Sugar Teeth has said, Mr. Broccoli will add insult to injury by excreting methane in excess if he only used plants. Lots of every person, though. Have you ever heard of Mr. Methane? He's that guy who literally farts for a living, and that's not even an exaggeration.
I mean, when you do what you love, apparently money comes to you. I don't know. I just
I'm
don't.
going to show this now. Probably not to get copyright struck, but where is he? Oh, the show is not hopefully not get copyright struck. So, like with my point here.
Hi, and you are Mr. Methane.
Mm.
Okay. That was a good one. Easy, master. Thank you.
So, yeah, that's Mr. Methane.
That is nasty.
Yeah. Incidentally, if you're wondering, he didn't get through that. I think he ended up getting like 3 no's, I think. Yeah, Green speaks the truth. Staying at home is best. Is that Mandy dressed as a man?
Haven't you heard Mandy's been stretched out so far or so much that she does not make any sound when she farts?
You later picture with Wag as he comes in behind the scenes at DMV. I there's some animal rebellion and extreme vegan offsuit of the movie. You've already said this. See, I literally Yeah, the guy's he's either an idiot or he's a troll. He's both. I can't decide which one.
Both.
Unless you only pick it because I thought it was just ridiculous. The man dressed as a broccoli. Guess you just get onto the titular article there. I can find it.
Shall we?
Oh, there we are. Oh, we lost 3 viewers. These are meant to like, share, and subscribe in the stream. Then a study professor suggests Trump is to blame for obese black women.
Listen,
Because of course.
it's your choices are not your fault. It's Trump's fault, obviously. Why did I light that squirrel's tail on fire? Trump told me to do it.
I hate when people talk about black women being obese. President Trump's policies are responsible for overweight black women. Yeah, Brittany Cooper. Brittany Cooper. Brittany Cooper, a Rogers University Women's and Gender Studies professor, suggested last month. I hate when people talk about black women being obese. I hate it because it becomes a way to blame us for a set of conditions that we didn't create. Basically, you sitting on your arse all day eating loads of food wasn't your own fault then, that was Trump. Basically. Yeah, Cooper said, we are living in the Trump era, and look, those policies kill our people. You can't get access to good health care, good insurance. That was Obama's
Unless
fault,
she can
wasn't it?
produce a picture of her weighing 100 pounds, I ain't buying a damn thing she says like that.
Wasn't that Obama's fault? And he put in like Medicare and Medicaid, and didn't that like fuck a lot of people over when it came to health insurance?
Yes. And made it so complicated to get health insurance that it's too confusing.
So how was that Trump's fault then?
Because everything's Trump's
That's an
fault.
easy one.
Yeah. All these women, all black women are obese, and all black men know Tyler Perry. Black women are obese because Trump supports fast food restaurants. Confirmed. Can't Trump that? Can't they assholes still let off, I guess. Well, apparently you shit yourself when you die, so yeah.
You would, well, if you're not found for a while, you do bloat up, and that is supposedly nasty when that gas gets out. I ain't never smelled it, but I've heard about it.
Trump has maybe it's achievement for Trump derangement syndrome. A therapist suggested eating.
Oh my god, that is a dick puzzle.
Like,
It's a puzzle that is just a gradient from dark blue to light blue.
All right, so let me get this straight. The previous administration is the administration who the first lady will be known as the woman who helped schools classify pizza as a vegetable. But now obese black women is Trump's fault. Okay, then.
I remember that one. Pizza being a vegetable. That was just fucking stupid.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let me get this straight. According to different groups, pizza is a vegetable and the capybara is a fish. Got it.
The capybara is just a giant rat.
Not according to the Vatican, it's a fish.
Yeah, Trump is Loki. Is a hilarious dude. Best Loki show ever. Yeah, one night I went with my ex-husband on a corner call and picked up Lady Right 6 months after she was put in the cooler. And the steak was settled and we just took it out. People also claim that white women have an advantage when shedding unwanted pounds because black women are more stressed because of Trump. Oh, fuck off. Really?
What?
That doesn't even fucking make sense because really stress would cause you to lose weight, wouldn't it?
No, it causes you. There's stress eating, and it's
Stress itself will cause you to lose weight if your reaction to stress is to eat more or eat less.
Yeah, and some of them are, and some people's reaction to stress is that. So
Yeah.
the thing is, it's not Trump that's causing the fear. It's the media causing the fear, but they say it's Trump.
yes, they do say it still. Yeah, I had to leave my ex. My ex was slipping and sledding around all around our gassy juices. That sort of goes a long way to explaining your sense of humor. I think you're saying that to Mandy, are you? My skin fell off.
Those are my four. Those are my six more or six-feared words in this house. We'll get Daddy to do it.
Because that means you have to do something.
Yeah.
My ex-husband is a funeral director, by the way. Yeah. It's literally that the racism you're experiencing, citation needed, and the struggle to make ends meet actually means the diet don't work for you the same.
Here you go. Belly up to the bar, boy.
You mean it does
Belly
not
up to
work
the
for
bar,
you
boy.
to speak proper English, you fucking stupid cunt.
You're
You
welcome.
know, I like how these people don't really know how reality works,
No, they
so
don't.
they just make shit up constantly.
CNN? What?
Kipper later told Campus Forum that she was not connecting Trump policies to obese black women. Well, she clearly is. That's what she just did.
Yeah, she flat out said it. Yeah.
She said it's
I'm not-
harder.
So she just said it's Trump's fault that black women are fat, but I'm not saying that. Freaking logic.
Well, there is
Or
no
lack
logic.
thereof.
I think black women were fat before Trump.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Oh
still
no,
Trump's
Crappy! You
fault.
haven't heard Nell Carter was a figment of your imagination.
Oh, okay.
Did anyone watch the recent Project Veritas vids on CNN? No. I thought I should mention I'm not going around picking up Molly. Then Site Skull Tour suggested that Trump's alleged racism is exacerbating the weight issues of black women. I wasn't making an argument on Trump's admin policy and weight. Keeper said, Dr. Elaine Jeromus? I don't know. A public health researcher, professor at University of Michigan, research for the 1990s, argues pretty convincingly that black women have psychological stress responses to racial similarly, and this affects their long-term health. What? I don't even know anymore. I really don't know anymore. I'm citing this body of work and the president's status as a racially polarizing figure that contributes to the issues of racial stress. People of color, she explained.
Yeah,
So you
this
blame
is
Trump
what
for the fact you're fat.
this article would have been less of a stretch if they sat there and said it would have been less of a stretch if they said more black women were obese because a box of ding dongs is cheaper than a bag of salad.
Yeah. And Scotty's right. Most people do not like do shit all over the place. Don't let anyone tell you your death is in any way beautiful or dignified. There's no such thing as a dignified death, really, is it? You're dead. Yeah. Like, I never actually seen a dead body, and I don't really plan to ever see a dead body. That's something I ever want to see.
Seen more than I care to.
And did you? Maybe I'll.
There's a lot of cool stuff in this section. I'm still on vat19.com. It's a great website.
You know what, Scotty? Now that I think about it, that's actually a hell of an argument against what this is saying.
What?
Okay. Think about this. Unemployment rates are supposedly at an all-time low because of Trump, right? That means less people on welfare, which means less people on food stamps, which means more African American women are able to buy the healthier foods instead of what they can afford on food stamps. So, yes, it's a stretch, but it is just as plausible to say that perhaps the rates of obesity in black women could be going down because Trump is actually getting them or actually having them earn money now.
Maybe. Then someone else.
I mean, if we're going to,
but someone would tell you that black people didn't work before then.
By the statistics, they didn't.
I log on and the first thing I see is Mandy talking about picking up bodies. I believe she basically said that because of institutional racism and them having to be on welfare, they can't eat healthily. Yeah. Anyway. I picked the wrong one. That's big.
Basically, the black people can't take care of themselves without the white person's help. Got it.
This one is kind of stupid. I love fixing now.
Hello. Click the link.
Hey, women's earnings drop after having a child, but men's do not.
Women's what?
Women's earnings drop after having a child, but men's do not.
No, because that is true because men are expected to go out and now pay for the wife, whatever the wife no longer makes, plus enough money to raise the child.
Yeah, and women also take more time off work from the child to take care of things like that, or they'll often just maybe start working part time or whatever when the child is born, so they can have more time with their child, or indeed they'll maybe just stop working altogether. That's why their earnings will go down.
Yeah, when my son was born, my wife stayed out of work for almost 3 months to be with our son. I was at work 3 days later.
Yeah, like I said, they often need to work part time, stop work altogether, or take time off work. Yeah, naturally the wages are going to go down if you do things like that. Yeah, it's called being a mother with a baby. Today, men earn women in every country on earth. Economists estimate that the U.S. gender pay gap, the gap between the median salaries of all working men and women in the U.S., is about 80% earned by women for every 80 cents earned by women for every dollar earned by a man.
Well, at least they're finally coming around to starting to change the language when they explain it, because they're finally starting saying the earnings, or they still call it the pay gap, but then they talk about the differences in earnings.
I thought it was a way of just putting communism on the people, isn't it? equal earnings, all this kind of thing.
I mean, when you don't work as hard, you still want to make as
Well, not
much
necessarily
money.
as hard. I wouldn't say they don't work as hard because, like, I imagine I'm not paying, but I imagine having a newborn baby is pretty hard work.
It is. Well, I should put it this way: you work half the hours and you expect to be paid the same amount.
Yeah, if you're working less hours in an actual job, yeah. You should be paid this. Should not be paid the same. Many factors drive the gender wage gap, but one of the most common explanations is so-called motherhood penalty, or the way that women's earnings are negatively impacted by raising children, while men's earnings are not. Well, this is because men generally will not stop work because of their kid. Women often will. They'll often go on part-time or lesser hours of more part-time.
Sometimes women have to stop work for medical reasons.
Yeah. And they will often work they may work part-time. They may.
Oh, holy crap!
When my son was born, I was going to say, how did they explain this kind of thing? When my son was born, my wife was off work for 3 months. I was off a total of 5 days. Those 5 days, I didn't get paid. Those 3 months, I went out and made sure to work more. So the money that she was not making was still coming into the household.
Yeah. Yeah, makes sense.
There's something about becoming a dad that all of a sudden throws this concept into you of, oh shit, now here's this, here's another mouth to feed. So, time to get to the fucking grindstone.
Well, I guess it kind of changes your perspective on things, doesn't it? Because it's not all about you anymore.
Exactly. It's not about me.
It gives you more incentive to actually go out and work harder.
Yeah. Well, hell, you all just heard the example. The most common 6 words that are spoken around the house when I'm home is, "We'll get Daddy to do it."
Some women do this.
Then why was you hitting me up for milk money, trucker?
Because you can only work so much.
Okay.
Yeah, he needs that extra milk just in case.
No. That's a running joke between me and him and his wife.
Yeah. Along with the thing, if anybody ever saw us, we'd actually sit there and, that nice the Hawaiian good luck charm, which few people know that joke. We actually sit there and give each other the middle finger whenever we see each other.
Oh, yes.
And that started out as that's a big running joke between us two.
Anyway, back to the article. By the way, women's earnings are negatively impacted while men earnings are not. According to an analysis of census data by the non-profit National Women's Law Centers, mothers in the U.S. are paid 71 cents for every dollar fathers make, about $16,000 a year lost in wages. Here's why the motherhood penalty exists and how it impacts women and their families. 71 cents on the dollar. Wow. Yeah, but that also includes like stay-at-home moms and things. It's not a pay gap; it's an earnings gap. Yeah, it is. Many economists explain the motherhood penalty occurs because women are expected to still do the majority of work to raise and take care of children. These social rules may force women to prioritize taking care of their families over pursuing high-paying careers. Well, yes, and many women choose to do that on their own fucking volition. But they pretty much all choose to do that on their own volition.
Right. And on top of that, tell you what, the people who like to do the whole pay gap, an unfair to women thing, okay. My brother, his girlfriend makes a lot more than he does. they both decided that between her 3 kids and my brother's 2 kids, my brother will be the one to stay at home and take care of them because she makes a lot more. So how does that figure into y'all's findings?
It doesn't, because they don't care about stay-at-home dads.
Exactly.
Is there an-
One monkey wrench is a narrative nobody cares anymore.
Is it a pay gap in the UK as well? Well, it's an earnings gap, but that's everywhere though. And again, if you want to take a high-paying career, go for it. But it just means you're gonna have to sacrifice having a family. Which feminists hate when they say this, but truth is, it's either one or the other, isn't it? Because if you want really like a high-paying job, you're gonna have to work pretty much all the fucking time. Like CEOs and people, things like that, they work like all the time. They never really stop. Well, then it's pretty much to eat, sleep, and work. That's it. Yeah.
See, and wasn't there an article that came out a couple of weeks ago that hit the sphere, I guess we'll say, of a woman who was basically complaining because she's in her 30s or 40s now, too old to date and have kids, and it's because of whatever reason.
Was that one of the articles I read?
No, it's not one that you read, but it was one that was touched on by like Omegon and Sinatra. And
I remember seeing one where there's a woman where apparently women can't find men who out earn them anymore. Remember that one?
it was before that.
I don't know then. Women are more likely to take jobs that have 1 or 2 very important amenities to people who are trying to rear families. One of those amenities is flexibility in work time. Well, yes, that means they can take like time off work if a kid's sick or whatever. That's pretty standard. Why is this all of a sudden become a problem? Evil men with your smelly willies taking all the money. Yeah. Bertler, Senior Fellow of Economic Studies at the Brookings Institution. Was that Green Thunder dying, wasn't it?
Which one?
It sounded like you just like fell over on your mic or something.
Oh, I was looking for my dart.
It's all penis envy. Never mind the pay gap. And the largest factor of the pay gap is that women, relative to men in couples, with kids, often take a bit of a backseat. So their jobs are able to do. So their jobs are more able to be on call at home. The guys' jobs are more able to be on call in the office. Yeah, that's pretty standard. That doesn't mean they're working a different number of hours. That doesn't mean the skill level is different. It just means 2 people who graduate from Harvard Law School, who both take jobs at big law firms in New York. They have kids. One of them has to slow down a bit. Well, yeah, because slowing down inevitably means you end up taking, and then it means you end up working less hours. Which again, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just stop acting like it's a big problem when it's anything to do with sexism and stuff. Men and gender equality activists believe public policies like paid parental leave and public childcare could relieve some of the negative impact that motherhood has on women's earnings. Yeah, but again, you're pretending taking a child. I actually disagree with this, because then I feel like it's more beneficial for the child to be with their parents longer than it would be for their mum or dad to earn more money. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. But I don't think I am. The Green falls asleep. I think he's still awake, isn't he?
I'm awake. I'm just dicking around with the Nerf gun.
You're not a great co-host, are you?
Huh?
Yeah. But new research finds that women's earnings are still negatively impacted by having kids in countries where these policies exist. A study from the National Bureau of Economic Research analyzes that women's earnings are impacted by having children in Denmark, a country that noted as Vox offers public nursery care for children under 3 for $737 a month, where $8,000 a year, according to MarketWatch. Americans spend between $9,000 and $9,600 per child per year. Well, these are all factors you should take into account. Yes, and Green's got his dick in his north going red feather, yes. And the study leads author Hendrik Cleven, professor of economics and public affairs at Princeton University, found that even in Denmark, the arrival of children creates a gender gap in earnings of around 20%. Fuck's sake, my fucking cigarette going on. Oh, God. Oh, that's gun violence. Given in roughly equal proportions by labor force, participation, hours of work, and wage rates. Once more, Cleveland and his team conclude that the impact of motherhood, or as they say, child penalties, are becoming more increasing. For more significant over time, the fraction of gender inequality caused by child penalties has increased dramatically. As over time for around 40% in 1980 to about 80% in 2013. Cleveland tells Vox that one of the causes of these child penalties may be that Danish men are significantly less likely to take advantage of generous parental leave policies than women. Again, this biologically makes sense. Men are driven to actually earn money for their family. All right, night, TC. Even though they are available, signifying enduring gender stereotypes, despite public policy efforts. It's not stereotypes; it's biology, for fuck's sake. They're different things. There's also research to suggest that even in same-sex couples, the child penalty disproportionately impacts the partner who gives birth or takes more time off to take care of a child. Did we really need to be told that? Like, really? I mean, I kind of knew that. VPR suggesting that white married men actually report having some of the highest levels of professional flexibility, while single mothers actually report having least flexibility with their jobs. I hear lesbians are pretty into domestic violence, yeah. The standard apology for the wage gap has been that women earn less in their jobs due to childcare responsibilities. However, close to 48% of women of childbearing age do not have children, and this does not seem to affect their earning potential in a positive way. I believe Reed definitely beats Becky. I don't know how. I mean, should we just? What does she do? Just sit on him or sit on her or something? Because I've seen a video. She can barely fucking walk. I'm not even joking. Like, I seen a video where like she walked around for like 2 minutes and she was proud of that. Then again, look at me, I can walk around for 2 minutes. I'm so proud of myself. And like her body's shutting down. She's dying. Instead, Smith says it's societal expectations about what a woman's career should look like. Maybe at the center of the issue. If that's the case, then why? If that's the case, then why the fucking hell are women taking? Why do a lot of women choose to like step out of a career to go for a family? You know, so they can spend more time with their kids. We still have women making personal decisions to pursue degrees that pay less, she says. Listing fields such as teaching and nursing as examples of low-paying occupations that women pursue disproportionately. Again, that makes sense because women go from. I think is it true that women? I think it's true that women go. Women usually go for like more people-oriented roles or caring roles. And Hello Something Studios. MMA 330 above, 130 above. I don't know what that means, but enjoy your range. I adore Nightbot, he can't do anything, he doesn't have range, so I can time him out actually. Yeah. No problem. She was caught using a store mobility chair and it died, so she got another one. She's over 70 pounds, she's heavier than the limit, and given no fucks. Yeah, apparently, isn't it true that apparently they're not even for fat people, they're for like disabled people and the elderly and things like that. They're not for fat people. But fat people use them anyway. To be honest, if you get so fucking fat you can't even walk around a fucking shop, you have serious problems.
Listen, I can still walk, just I'm wondering if I try to walk down to the corner of the street. Then again, that is quite a bit away.
You don't have much of a street though, do you?
Not really.
That's the road, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a small road. I used to ride last year I rode my bike to the corner of the street because it was fun to watch, like see if there was anyone up there fishing and if they caught any fish. And riding bike is good exercise.
I'm half deaf, so I count as disabled. I think technically you do count as disabled, do they? The people who are deaf in one ear count as disabled.
I am not sure.
I assume so. I don't know, being half blind, being blind in one eye counts as a disability, so yeah, I guess so. She doesn't even stand at the cook, she brings a chair to the counter. Jesus Christ. Yeah. And yet Emily Reed still has a better love life than I do. Says it all, really. Says it all. We still have occupational segregation, which, yes, is a personal decision. It's also driven by socio-economic challenges, and it's driven by expectations about what roles women should play in a society. I don't actually know, but I like to make jokes about it. I should get AirPods half price because I only hear half. Well, yeah, I guess that's all you should do, really. You know, humor is a coping mechanism. Laughing's like either laugh or cry. Oh god, you had to say that, Sky, didn't you? She has a better love life than I do. Which is none. Absolutely none. Oh, Chucker's back. Yeah, I am forever alone. Okay then.
Who did that?
Well, Florida Titan Chucker out.
Who's a kitty?
Yeah, it was all the cat. It was a cat that Florida, not me.
Fucking-
Yeah, I know plenty of people talk about this, but I wanted to talk about this as well.
What is it?
Hong Kong and LeBron James.
What?
Yeah, LeBron James no longer King James for Hong Kong protesters. When the ball smashed into the photo of LeBron James' face, struck above the hoop and dropped into the basketball, the Hong Kong protesters cheered. They also trampled on jerseys bearing his name and gathered in a semicircle to watch one burn. They also trampled on jerseys bearing his name and got fucked. James standing among basketball fans in Hong Kong took a hit because of comments the NBA star made about free speech. Fans gathered on court amid Hong Kong's high-rise buildings to vent their anger on Tuesday to vent their anger. The player of the LA Lakers dusted nerve among protesters for suggesting that free speech can carry negative consequences. Well, yeah, I can, but yeah. Even protesters have run for the same, in defense of the same freedom that James said can carry a lot of negatives. Well, yes, but that's freedom. Freedom's not all positivity, you know. Amsterdam's like fucking better than the alternative.
I think the thing everybody's arguing about LeBron is just the hypocrisy between him and what he said in support of Kaepernick. It's more of a matter of which government he's protesting, or which government he wants to protest, which government says no, don't protest.
Yeah, then again, is he getting told by like the bosses in like the NBA or whatever to say like don't criticize China because you want to have a big market in China because money? We don't get pulled from Chinese TV or whatever.
Yeah. But the thing is, when they tried to say the same thing about, just don't say anything about Kaepernick, he went out and was full support as well. So. Everybody has their own little quirks, I guess.
I always wanted to be an authority figure. I don't think I'd trust you as an authority figure. I don't think I'd trust anybody in my chat or on my stream as being an authority figure, myself included.
I definitely would not steer the entire country to nuking everywhere that it calls us names. Or at least the places where there's people who absolutely 100% want to kill America.
Again, I'd imagine as soon as you go into the office, you just push the red button. Wouldn't you?
I'd put it on YouTube. What does this button do? Boom!
Yeah. And that'll be the end of you.
You kidding? Thunder would probably try to figure out how to feed a nuke into one of those cloning machines on Minecraft.
I don't have the cloning machine mod. they're
I mean, to be honest, I'd
is
do the same
legitimate.
thing. I would do the same thing. I'd put it a precedent as well. Well, to be honest, when I become supreme dictator of the world, everyone is going to be my slave. I'm going to be rich and I'm going to have all the sex and all the drugs and all the alcohol I've ever wanted. And nobody can stop me because I'm the supreme dictator of the world. I started with Canada and South America. Maybe it's causing me a handsome dictator statue. Mm-hmm. Protesters challenge support for Houston Rockets general manager Daryl Morey. Something of a hero among demonstrators in a semi-autonomous Chinese territory for having tweeted on the 4th of October in support of the struggle of infuriating authorities in China. And didn't they tell them to delete that, actually? Wasn't the NBA or someone that told them to delete that post?
I think so.
Yeah, it just shows it all, really, doesn't it? And what the crowd of approximately 200 people chatting about James wasn't printable. Go on, you're an American newspaper, you can print whatever the fuck you like. I love the slander. You tell me you can print that. Lying bastards. And they take their bowels tonight, even that power is scary enough. I'm the dictator of bowels every night. Didn't you blame me for your shits the other night? People are angry, said James Lowe, web designer who runs a Hong Kong basketball fan page on Facebook. So he's already received a video from a protester that showed him burning a number 23 jersey bearing James's name.
Oh yeah, because that'll show them. They've already made their money off of that.
Oh, you meant Mandy. No, I'll be the supreme dictator long before Mandy ever is.
I don't get this whole going out and burning somebody's jersey or busting up stuff that you already own. You already spent your money on it. Sell it.
I think those people like to go out and buy the jersey to buy it because, like, you're still giving them money. You're still giving them money at the end of the day.
That's what I'm saying. Don't give them money to show your. Don't give them money to burn whatever. Or if you already owned a LeBron jersey, or if you already owned his jersey, well, they've already made their money off you. So, yeah.
He expects more given the backlash from protesters regularly hitting the streets in the battle. In Hong Kong, battling police because of concerns, the international business hub is slowly losing its freedoms, which are unique in China. Well, no, because you're forgetting that Macau exists. What are you fucking Associated Press, you lying cunts? What have I heard of Macau? I don't know who's eating crisps. I think it might be CC. They're going to be the Green Fund or a trucker.
You could actually hear that? My bad.
No, never mind. I'm not bothered.
I'm actually eating something that everybody's going to go ooh over.
What?
Kale chips.
Never had them.
Never had them.
It's basically leaves of kale baked for a few seconds. A little bit of salt, a little bit of olive oil.
I don't know what kale tastes like, but sounds good.
Mommy's never
Kale really doesn't have a taste.
Oh well, then that just sounds delicious.
Yeah, she just picked my hot sauce. So like completely at random. I'm still unsure what the wrong is. I'm annoyed that I know his name.
And he's already
That's a verb. We haven't actually said this. Although we haven't actually said anything offensive on this theme yet.
I think it's the kale chips.
Probably.
Yeah, if it's my son, he's my son because he's taking it apart.
Ooh, what's he taking apart?
His toy chest.
I take things apart and put them back together all the time. I have took things apart and not been able to get them back together, and then I hide the pieces.
No, it means I'm the one who assembled it, so I'm gonna have to assemble it again later.
I'm just about to eat chips, but imagine that means something different to everyone here but Scully, though. Yeah, on TC if he's still
You
there.
mean French fries?
No, he means chips.
French fries?
Chips.
Fries?
No, fries are the thin ones. I assume he's eating the thick ones.
Then
What?
like steak fries.
The
No,
what?
chips. No, because like fries are the
eating-
thin ones you get like McDonald's and Burger King.
Have you heard of potato wedges?
Yes.
Are they thinner than that?
No, potato wedges are just the same as chips, pretty much. And they're just called wedges. Fries are thin and crispy, chips are fat and stuff. Exactly.
What are you giggling at?
The fact that you heard Scotty grunting immediately after the fart.
Damn it, I didn't mean to hit that. Scotty is the gassiest damn person I know.
Oh.
No, I just had the balls to do it on stream, that's all.
Yeah, I've never noticed anyone hearing my farts on stream. Do you
Maybe
like
I'm
shove-
closer to my mic.
I've actually taken my microphone off, held it right next to my ass when I farted, and nobody noticed.
I've never done that. I thought about doing it, but never have.
I've done it once. And then Blango was discussing when I told about that. It's like, oh, you just got poo particles on your microphone. It's like, oh, well. I'm not licking it or anything, am I?
Yeah, I better not do that. The cat has a tendency of coming up here and like chomping at my microphone every once in a while. I don't want my cat to have poo in its mouth.
The cat poo licks his own arsehole, so he does have poo in his mouth anyway.
Damn it, you're right.
Yeah. Wedges are differently shaped. Wedge is shaped, in fact.
I'll be
Wedges are
back in
just
a moment.
chips, though. Thing is, wedges are pretty much just chips with like slices on them, aren't they? Or fries, if you want to say them incorrectly. And poo particles, gas is gas, surely. No, but every time you fart, you put out your poo particles as well. So, yeah. Anyway. James made his comments in response to the question whether Maury should be punished for the streak that he reiterated and had consequences for the NBA. Yes, we do have freedom of speech, James said, but at times there are ramifications for the negative that can happen when you're not thinking about others when you only think about yourself. Night, James Woodwright. So many people could have been harmed, not only financially, but physically, emotionally, spiritually. So just be careful what you tweet, what you say, what we do, even though, yes, we do have freedom of speech. There can be a lot of negative that comes with that. Yes, freedom of speech can have its negatives, however. What the guy didn't exactly say anything wrong, and you're just annoyed because you're just saying what you were told to say by your own company.
Listen, there is freedom of speech. You also have the right to be butthurt about things people say about you. It doesn't give you the right to freaking punish them over things they say.
I mean, he's complaining about he's praising someone because they tweeted in support of Hong Kong's protests against China.
I should say there is some nuance. There are a few things that you should be able to be punished for, but that's mostly like the whole yelling fire in a crowded theater thing.
Well, for me, that calls them threats of violence. Like if I was to say to someone, "I'm going to go to your house and I'm going to kill you," I would understand why would they be investigated for that.
But
Threats of violence, it calls to violence and slander. Things like
oh
that.
yeah, definitely provable slander.
The Brown Hayes and Scottish room was proof of the proof articles. Hong Kong, what with LeBron? Hong Kong can do LeBron what they can have him. College basketball is the only good sport anyway. NBA games weren't made available before or after games in China, which CCTV didn't broadcast. And several companies and state-run offices reportedly severed ties with the NBA over money, or more speaking of the league's response to it. Protesters says James Cummins doubled a double standard because he uses clips as a sports headliner to press his social causes in the US. Of course you do. Please remember all NBA players when you said before, Black Lives Matter, Hong Kong lives also matter. One of the protesters, 36-year-old worker William Mock, said in an address, addressing the applauding crowd. On the said, LeBron's comments made it seem he's more worried about money than people. He is more worried about money than people. Otherwise, why would they make the other guy delete his tweet about it?
Oh no.
And I thought,
I want to point out my favorite saying is "No lives matter," especially when it's coupled with the picture of the universe
bit nihilistic.
or
Okay.
galaxy.
Bit nihilistic. Okay. And don't get me wrong, I'm quite happy to move to like Andromeda or something.
I mean, have you seen the places humans have touched? They have not really improved it.
Well, the moon they haven't really done much with the moon.
I mean,
If they
there may be an argument for the like Arctic or Antarctic, but that place doesn't take much to say you improved a freaking frozen wasteland.
I think a lot of people would say we ruined it. They killed some of the penguins and stuff down there. All the polar bears up in the Arctic Circle.
Yeah.
Free speech does not end well in your fucking. Does not end at your feelings. Yeah. The end was trying, to take a side on the China side, which is ridiculous, said Arnley, a 36-year-old marketing director. Yeah, house Nikes. Who got some? I don't have any house Nikes. He was being honest. Financial is money, simple as that. LeBron James stands for money, period. Yeah, agreed. That's all he wanted. He wanted money. And then it's probably time to end this stream.
All right.
So we're ready for the show.
Let's see. Tomorrow is New Vegas.
Is that what time is that?
10 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, Chucker.
I have my streaming ability has been restored, so I shall be starting again around 7:30 to 8 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Get everybody. Okay, 1 or 2 our time. 1 or 2 GMT. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. You're all a bunch of kids. Goodbye. Also, fuck China.